Okay, so I just like to do that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to day one of the evening session of the foundation. So, first off, what do you guys, what would you guys like to receive from the foundation? Like, if you could ask for anything at all, if you could ask to change any part of your life, what would it be?
Money.
Money.
A lot more ease with money. A lot more ease. Like even showing up on time, not like a week later.
Okay, that's awesome. I love it. Anyone else?
Me too, ma'am.
Fun.
More money.
More money and more fun. I heard.
Fun with the whole process. Like voting, everybody's going like, going crazy. And this is affecting everyone. So what if we could just laugh on all of this, and
Yeah.
be with ease because enjoy, because I feel like everybody's going nuts right now. So fun and ease, definitely. And of course, money. Why not?
Yes. And Patrick,
Yeah.
I think you were saying something.
Yeah, more ease and joy and connection and like community, with creating more fun things for us all to enjoy together.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. More money, more fun, more joy, more community, more connection. What if we can ask for all of that and then go even beyond that ask to what we think is
Yes.
impossible?
Totally.
Yeah. So the foundation class, I know like quite a few of you are taking it for the first time. The foundation class is all about empowering you to know what you know, to use the tools to change what you never thought you could change, but you always had the capacity and the power and the potency to change. And it's about unraveling and destroying, sorry, destroying your foundation. So everything that you've learned since you were a child about how this world works, we're wiping that out. We're clearing the slate and we're going to start creating from now. So whatever you learned for the next 6 days, forget about it. Every time you're thinking and using your mind, throw it out the door. Just for the 6 days, forget everything you've ever learned. Stop thinking. Okay, so a few of you might be saying, oh, but I have so much work to do. I have to make sure that I'm doing all of this, right? So what if just for the next 6 days, you start accessing your knowing without thinking, without trying to figure things out. Just know.
That's cool.
Okay. So everybody knows the clearing statement. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. So everything that keeps you in this world still thinking and trying to figure things out and making sure that you're doing things the right way, which is the only way. Will you just try and uncreate all of that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, POC, online, church, voice, and beyond. Okay, cool. So we're starting. How does it get any better? Okay, let me just check in everybody so you don't have that thing popping up in your access account. Okay, so I have I'm just, for the most part, I'm going to just have the, what do you call it? Oh, the Access Foundation manual on the screen. So let's do that now. We're going to go by the book, especially in this, for this class. Can you all see the screen? Let me make it bigger. Okay. So the foundation. Everybody received the foundation manual? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the purpose of access is not to destroy this reality. The purpose of access is not to fight this reality. The purpose of access is not to see the wrongness of this reality. The purpose of access is not to fix this reality. The purpose of access is to create a different reality. So what is the reality? It's everything you're experiencing right now. So if you're experiencing lack of money, if you're experiencing not as much fun or joy with your body, if you're experiencing not having as much communion with everything and people, whatever it is you're experiencing, that's your reality right now. So what if you were to, instead of fixing it, like fixing your money problems or fixing your relationship problems or fixing your body problems, instead of fixing it, what if you create a totally different reality? And that's what the tools are all about. The purpose of access is to create the world as a greater set of choices and a greater set of possibilities, so that all of mankind can thrive and to empower you to know what you know. The purpose of access is to make you aware of what you're aware of. If you have any questions at all during this whole, anytime at all during the class, you can, sorry, it's a little warm in here. You can just unmute or type it in the chat. I'm gonna be prepared and have the chat open. Okay. If anything pops, if all of a sudden you have a question, even if it doesn't seem like it makes sense, ask it. Okay, so opening comments. What would it be like if the world were a more conscious place? Would the devastation, the wars, the difficulties that are going on now continue to exist? In the face of consciousness, those things cannot exist. The target of access is to get us to the point where we are conscious enough to create a change in ourselves so that we can increase the possibility of changing the trauma, the drama, the insanities that are present in life. What would it be like if you embodied so much consciousness in everything that you did that others choose to become more conscious as a result of you? What if you were the inspiration for a greater possibility? And what if you acknowledge that you are already being that, even if it was in one small way? If you think it's only a small thing, you're already being that. You are the source for creating the change you desire, but you have to be willing to be it. Consciousness is the possibility to eliminate all the created walls of separation What will it take for this to become a reality here on planet Earth? All it takes is for you to choose and choose you. That's from Gary Douglas, founder, co-creator of Access. So welcome to the foundation again, times 2. The purpose of this class is to change the foundation off of which you are currently living. So what are we gonna do for these 6 days? Shatter your current reality. So you might want to take a silent moment with you and your reality right now and go, bye-bye. So let's take that moment now. Everything in your whole world, everything that you've experienced, all the hardships, all the trauma, the drama, and for some of you, maybe the depression and the anxiety and all of that overwhelm. What if you could just say goodbye? Okay, and that's what we're here to change. Okay, because this will change you, your reality with your body and all kinds of things. Be willing to realize that it's your choice whether you let this stuff go. What we're trying to do is de-solidify the foundation of your reality so you can create something greater. So you can actually have a sense of space. And space. Space is that sensation, that feeling when your mind is blank. When maybe for those of you who are religious, when you're in that quiet space, when there's peace. For those of you who meditate, when you're in nature and you just being. Okay. You know those days when you wake up and it just seems like everything is easy. Everything is flowing, everything works, and you're like, oh God, thank you. This is going to be awesome. Until I lose it in about 3 hours. So, you know, like you're always like waking up and it's amazing. And then 3 hours later, you're like, oh, it's the same thing over again. Okay, you know what? Well, what if you didn't have to lose it anymore? What if your whole life could be that? If you didn't lose it, how else would you pretend that you're part of your family and pretend that you're like everybody else when you know you're not? I mean, let's face it, you're the weirdest person you ever met. You know? And if you're not weird, I'm not sure you're on the right Zoom. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we also learned the jails process during bars. So this is the process that we use. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as the pretense that you are not the greatness that you've always known you should be, but never seem to be able to achieve? And everything that is, times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all 9 shirts, boys, and beyond. And just a quick reminder, jails is judgments, agendas, inventions, and lies. And E equals MC squared is evil equals, you said evil and equals at the same time. Evil equals mediocrity and corruption squared. So please ask questions. A question empowers the whole class, not just you. when you have the ability to ask a question, it's because you're the only one with enough brain power at the moment. So that's good. Okay. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Only stupid people who don't ask questions. So when you ask a question, it brings up an energy that we can address. And everything around us is energy. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your body is energy. If we go deeper and look deeper, from body parts to organs to the cells, and then the parts of the cells, the atoms, to the electrons, to the quantum particles in each atom. Like, the deeper you go, the more that you get a sense that everything is actually space and energy and consciousness. So I always talk about this. In physics, they did this experiment where they sent quantum particles through a tube, and like they had a paper or however way they measured it. So they saw that there's no way to know where a quantum particle would actually go. So, but so it made like some sort of pattern on a paper or whatever it is they're using. And when they noticed that when they actually were consciously focusing and observing the particles, that's when they can change it. So they can change, where it goes. So your consciousness can change the smallest unit of everything, of your body, of the wall, of glass. It's your consciousness that changes it. So another, I think we're kind of, are we diving too fast? Jason, what do you think?
No, I just no, I don't think it's too fast.
This is kind of like,
Well,
weird
there's a
stuff.
lot of stuff here, and I know we usually don't go. No class ever goes to the manual
The
from
science.
front to back.
Yeah.
It's always all over the place. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
actually what I would prefer anyway.
Okay, cool. Nonlinear. So, okay. And this actually goes a little bit later into the explanation of the acoustical wave and, quantum particulates versus.
Never mind.
Wait, what was that?
I was just saying, I don't think we need to even go into all that logical explanation of how this stuff works.
Okay. So let's just change stuff.
It's just me. Exactly.
Okay.
That's
So what would you like to do?
yeah, that's what I'm interested in. Well, you mentioned nonlinear. And I mean, I know for sure that money is very nonlinear. It's extremely nonlinear, even though it looks like, from a certain place, X amount of times each month. Well, as a business, it's definitely not linear.
Okay, question. Can everybody hear him clearly, or is it a little? Okay.
Can you all hear me?
Your connection is a little garbled. Is there a way that you can?
Yeah, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm using
Oh, okay.
4G.
Okay, let's see. Oh, did he log off? Oh, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Somehow I got kicked out.
Oh, that's weird.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So can you repeat what the question was? Something about nonlinear. Money's nonlinear. Or do you want me to just start talking from that? I kind of got the energy of it.
Yeah, just start talking about it.
Okay. Maybe you can figure out the Wi-Fi thing by
Yeah.
the timeline. Okay. So money. It's funny because I'm actually doing a money workbook class, and it starts right after this, and we've been doing it every day for, I think this is going to be the 4th day. So it's cool because we're really diving into some kind of different stuff, and it's just showing up. So each day I have no idea what I'm talking about or what I'm going to talk about or what's going to show up, and then it just shows up. So money is like that. You have no idea how it's going to show up, it just shows up. That's why when you expect something like, oh, I know there's going to be a big deal that's going to go through and I'm going to expect this amount of money. Well, that expectation, that projection of that money coming in sometimes actually slows it down. And then other times when,
my friends.
oh, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. It was really garbly.
That's been my experience.
Can anyone translate for me?
That was his experience.
Okay. That was great. I couldn't understand at all.
Am I all garbled? Can
Yes,
everyone
sir.
hear me okay?
No.
A
No,
bit choppy,
Daisy.
sir.
Yeah, it's a little choppy.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. I'll.
Can you
I
do you know the Wi-Fi code? It's by the
no.
if you go in the let me think. If you go out towards the door, the main door with that weird twisty lock, there's a picture frame with the Wi-Fi info. It'll be on your left side if you're facing the door. I have a photographic memory, so I can picture everything in my mind.
Wow.
That's great.
Okay, so all right. So yes, that's been like some people's experience. And then other people, just by being, so Gary Douglas has told this story before where he has a lot of friends who grew up with money. And they always expect money to be around and to be easy and to come when needed. So how does that happen? Well, they'll marry a rich person, or they'll be in a family that takes care of them. So, or they'll ask some question. Okay, so what's the best way and the easiest way to make a lot of money? And then that's how they operate from. And then because of that, there's always money around. So, but that's different. Okay, and usually also doesn't show up the way that they expect it. So money. Oh my gosh, this is such a big topic. I love it. Okay, let's go to, there's a section on money. It's page 23. Okay, so everybody has it on here, so I'll just, oh, and if someone can keep track of all the sections that we go through for this class, because I'm doing the other one in during the morning time, and then I might get a little confused on which ones we already did and which one we did with the other group. So, and just remind me if we already went through something. Okay, so the universe is an abundant universe. Nature doesn't like empty space. If you will empty your mind about money, nature will fill it up with money. So you empty your mind about money, nature will fill it up with money. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as always struggling with, for, through, and by, and because of money? Are you using to avoid the wealth of possibilities you could be choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys, and beyond. Your point of view creates your reality. Reality does not create your point of view. Okay, so if you have an empty lot and you cleared everything on it and you left it alone for 1 year, what happens to it? And there's no people around to put trash and whatever and or any stuff on it. It was just left alone for 1 whole year. What happened?
Stuff
It
just
will grow.
grows.
Yeah. Will grow a lot of weeds.
Weeds, whatever it is that grows in the area. Yes. So it becomes filled by nature, and maybe animals will start to live there, or maybe some other things. But an empty lot never remains empty for long if you let nature take over. So your point of view creates your reality. Reality does not create your point of view. So what if you can change your point of view and everything that nature provides or generates is a gift? We don't know yet how it's a gift, but it is. So everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive the gift of nature and the gift of planet Earth, will you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine shirts, boys, and beyond. Okay, so what do you hate about money? Everybody ask this question. You don't have to answer it, but you can ask it in your head. What do you hate about money? And what do you hate about not having money? And what do you hate about having money? And what do you love about money? And what do you love about having no money?
Can we clear this?
Okay,
So
how
much
many
stuff coming.
how many people felt lighter the more we were asking this question? Nobody?
Definitely
I
not
did.
me.
I felt lighter.
Okay. So how many of you have points of view about money that are keeping you from having money? So this was designed to bring up all your points of views about money. Everything you've done to keep the points of view about money that are keeping you from having money, would you destroy and uncreate all of those?
Yes.
Okay, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Okay, everything you've done to keep the points of view about money that are keeping you from having money, would you destroy and uncreate all of those?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. It's about being money. And your sound is a lot better for me anyway. So,
Yeah, I'm connected
you.
now.
Oh, cool. Yay.
Something that popped for me earlier was like, what if I can let nature bring me money?
Yes. What if you can? Is that light and spacious for you? Can you imagine waking up and then a bird is tapping on your window and leaves like a $10 bill or something?
Wow.
What if that's possible? Or there's some birds, like I think mockingbirds, they love to collect jewelry or anything shiny. What if they actually just collected it and dropped it off? And it was because you're being a certain energy. You know how some people, they could just go close to animals and the animals love them? And then other people, they're like just walking and then all the animals from like whatever area start flying or running away. So what if you could be the energy that invites animals, nature, to gift to you? What if you could be the energy that invites money to you? Yeah. So think of a time when someone just gave you money for no reason and it made them happy. And then, there could be times when someone was trying to give you money and you're like, no, 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 thank you. Or the times when you're like, oh, yes, thank you. Can I have more, please? Or times when you're like, this is it? This is all you're giving me? So everything that brought up times a good zillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. So now, that same scenario. What if someone's giving you money and it's because they just love to give you money and it makes them happy? And you received it with gratitude. Like, oh, thank you so much. Ah, wow. And when you just received it, they were happier because, they didn't have to force it to you. They didn't have to work. You just received them. So how many things, um, you know, people, nature, the universe, if you believe in angels, how many are actually already trying to give to you? And all you have to do is receive it and have gratitude for it. And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive when it's occurring, so you just try and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Even that, I love that. The roosters crowing. What if that's the gift? And you can receive it. I know it sounds so weird. Oh, but they wake me up in the middle of it's so early. So what is the gift in it? And when you acknowledge the gift in one thing, that allows you to receive even more from everywhere. Okay, and then that's when the magic happens. You know, people who owe you money come to you and they're like, oh my gosh, take this, please. I've been trying to give this to you for so long, I keep forgetting. Or, you know, clients come and they're so happy and grateful. Oh, thank you. I've been waiting so long to receive a session from you. You know, and then you keep acknowledging and you keep being grateful for the things that show up and allow even greater to show up. Cool. So thank you for that question. Well, it's yeah, like that there was an energy that you were aware of and you presented it. So thank you. So money is not bills. Money is a reality that you function from. And it's a space of being that you can choose to be. And when you be it, it's no longer an issue. It's no longer about, I have to have several $1 million to not have stress about it. It's, oh, I can be it. And if I can be it, then the money will show up for whatever I'm willing to create. A different point of view. You don't have to be smart to make money. You just have to be willing to have it and to ask for it. Do you ask, how do I make more money? Or do you decide what the problem is? I love people and I love horses and I can't make money. How does A plus B equal C? What would I have to change to be able to see what will create money? We are not trying to get you to this place. We are trying to get you to this place where you realize that A plus B doesn't equal C. And that's the linear, like if I do this and I do this, then I'm gonna get this. So we're going beyond that. So that is the idea that there is a mathematical formula that will create everything you desire in life. Unfortunately, that's not true. Okay, how many mathematical formulas have you decided will create what you desire in life that have never actually worked, but you keep trying? Every rational mathematical equation you have used to try and equal your reality, will you destroy and create all of that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all 9 shirts, boys, and beyond. Whether you know it or not, your entire life that you've been looking for, the mathematical formula that will make your life work. So once I do this and set this up, then I'm set for life. I don't have to choose anymore. I can just coast. Does anyone do that?
Yes. Yes.
Patrick's like, no, never. Okay. That's this reality of I plug them in and they don't work. Now what do I do? So it's like, I skipped the part. And you think if I could just get this piece plus this piece in the right way, plus this piece in the right way, plus this one in the right way, plus this one in the right way, they'll all fit into the power strip appropriately, except they don't. You might have a really odd shaped plug. That's this reality. I plug them in and they don't work. Now what do I do? You, because you've chosen this class and you've chosen to do this weird, wacky set of tools called Access, you're a humanoid. How can I learn to function with this reality and make it work for me right away? That's a great question to ask. So if you have something that's not working correctly, or you're trying to get something done quickly, but in this reality, it's gonna take 3 weeks or 1 month. How can I learn to function with this reality and make it work for me right away? If you ask that question, then the awareness and the knowing of how to do it to make it work for you and make it work quickly starts to show up. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I be that would allow me to have more money than God with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that, times the Godzillion will lead destroy and uncreated all please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shirts, forth and beyond. Money is like breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. You don't get air because you deserve it, do you? You try to make it justifiable, which means that you have to try to rationalize it, which means that you have to try to and explain it, which means you have to do a lot of work to decide that you can have it, and then you have to avoid having it because you can't prove why you could have it. So Gary words things in a way to make your mind kind of twist. And he does that on purpose to get to the energy. So did you notice how much work it took to understand that paragraph? What if that's what you're doing with creating money? Rather than, I like money, money's fun. Okay. Everything that brought up, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond.
Oh, thank you.
So what would be fun for me? What would be fun for you? So let's take some time now and just, what's fun for you? Like whoever wants to jump in, just jump in.
Well, what would be fun for me? Like having money show up every day without having to work for it. If that's somehow possible.
Okay. So Floor?
I thought about, I mean, Jason's choice is very fun. Not do anything and have the money shows up. But for me came like, I love being with people, interacting with people and create with people. So that would be fun as long as everybody's having fun and doing what they love. So the sense of community, as Patrick said before. So I like that part. I think that would be more fun.
Yeah.
And also not have to do much to have it with ease, at least. Enjoy and glory.
So I have a question. Do you like throwing parties?
I love throwing parties. I mean, I used to when I was little, and then it seems like after I started rationalizing it too much, oh my God, I have to prepare. So that's so much work. And then I lost it.
Okay.
But I have that, like, I like to gather people and to do something that elevate the energy for sure.
Yeah. So what if you went to that time when creating and throwing parties was easy and you didn't have to think about every single detail to make sure that, okay, this person can't sit with that person, so we're going to have them in that table and have the seating arrangement like this and all of that crazy stuff. Okay, so let's go to when it was actually creative and generative and you had fun and everybody had fun. Okay, so would money like to be invited to that kind of party? Or
Yes.
do that, okay, here is the seating arrangement. We're going to have at exactly 7:01 p.m. hors d'oeuvres will be served. Okay, and you have exactly 15 minutes. And then we're gonna have
Sorry,
so that's
what? I got lost here. I
so
was
that's
trying to focus in the process of going back to my childhood, and then you just said what? What?
so that's how linear this reality expects us. Okay, this and this and this and this and this. to create a result. While gathering people for a party, there's like so many unknown variables, but it's fun and you get to be you. And people come because they want to see you and they want to be with you. And maybe they like good food too or dancing.
Yeah.
So,
And chatting.
yeah. So, what would be fun for me? Okay. There was something with that. Okay. Um, so all of you, I know not everyone has talked about what would be fun for me. What if you went to that place where it was fun? Like Flor was talking about when parties and throwing a party and creating a party and inviting people to parties when that was fun, and then it started becoming um,
Work.
work and structured.
Yeah.
So instead of that, okay, everywhere you've created money as work and structure, will you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yes.
Oh gosh, this is so fun. Everything that brought up, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, voice, and beyond. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, voice, and beyond. And all the oaths, vows, fealties, communities, binding and bonding contracts and marriages that you've vowed to keep intact, to always make money, structure, and work. Will you please revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all of that time for God's billion?
Yes.
Oh, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Okay. So, phew. For those of you, really quick, in where it's nighttime and you're getting tired, just like let me know and we can do like an energy exercise to wake everyone up. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that it's funny that you asked me about the party thing because, I, well, I just translated my book to Portuguese, and now will be the time to launch it. And I was thinking, like I wish I could throw a party for my book launch in Portuguese, but I don't really have the funds to do it. So, but now after COVID, we can do like this online and I don't have to pay anything. So I've been kind of like refusing to do that book launch party just because my mind is thinking like, oh my God, that's going to be a lot of work and I don't want to do that. So it's just like a month away to happen and I really haven't like I just feel like it's so much work to do it. So I might be letting a great opportunity for my business pass just because I'm stuck on this, so mindset. So what it would take for me to have fun while doing this, or just to have fun and not do any of this. I don't know. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, I feel like I'm on the concept that if I don't do the party on my book launch, it will stop my process of making money. So that's what I want to get into.
Okay.
So whatever that brings up, destroy and discreet.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, just thinking aloud.
Oh, that's okay. It's bringing up an energy of like earlier, A plus B equals C. Like if I don't do this, my book launch will fail and I won't make money. So it's okay. Let's do this really quick again.
Thank you.
How many How many mathematical formulas have you decided will create what you desire in life that have never actually worked, but you keep trying? Every rational mathematical equation that you have used to try and equal your reality, will you destroy and uncreate all of that, please?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pause, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Okay, so is it about the money? Like creating the book launch, is it about the money or something else?
I think it's something else.
Okay. So what if you don't make any money at all from the book launch? Like lots, like 1,000 people come and they're all like, yay, but no money was made. Will you still do it?
Yeah, yeah. Money will be like a consequence if it needs to be at this point. But I will do it. The only it's part of me just think like, you know, the book launch has already happened like a year ago. So why I'm doing this again is like just to show it. In my book there is a lot of things that I want to teach people and I want to share with people, including access, because it's different ways to overcome anxiety and depression. That's what my book about. But part of me thinks like I don't need to show like talk about my book again. It seems like pretentious, you know what I mean? So I feel like I don't deserve, I don't need it, or like there is no need, or like it somehow it's just being like about me and not about what can I serve to people. So one side of me it's like stuck on this. So that's why I don't feel like want to do it.
Okay. So two questions. First of all, is that yours?
Maybe not.
Well, which is later. Yes, this is mine. I'd like to hold on to it. Or no.
No.
Okay. So everywhere you bought that it's pretentious or you don't need to do it or you've already done it, so you're just doing the same thing over again, will you return to sender with consciousness attached and destroy and uncreate everywhere you bought that? Okay, cool. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Cool. So the other question is, what would your life be like in 5 years if you do the book launch? And what would your life be like in 5 years if you don't do the book launch? And sometimes 5 years isn't enough. Then we can change it to 10 years or 20 years. So which is later?
I feel like right now, like it doesn't matter. Like I don't need to do that. It'll be lighter if I don't do it, I guess.
Okay. So even though this is one of the tools, you know, I'm really bad. Sometimes I get something that's not light and I still choose it. Because guess what? There's no right or wrong choice. It's just choosing. So right now you can choose it or you can choose not to choose it. And it's fine.
It's a matter
Have
of
you
choice.
made? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Like, have you made yourself wrong if you didn't choose it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, so how many in here have made yourself wrong for not choosing something or for choosing something? Never. Oh, of course. Patrick's perfect. He always makes the correct and the right choice. I'm just kidding, guys. So everything that brought up, let's just try and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online tricks, bliss, and beyond. What if everything you've done in the past has no weight on whatever you can choose now? So let's say you did do a book club or a book launch or something a year ago. What if that has nothing to do with this choice? And
That changed things. It's a lot lighter, whatever it is that I'm gonna decide to do.
yeah,
Which I don't know, but it's fine. It's a lot lighter, not knowing if that's what I need to do. Detached from what I did last year.
yeah.
Something that popped for me actually is what celebration of your book could be a contribution to you and others?
Absolutely. And that's why I wanted to do it, part of me, because I know it can be a huge contribution. So maybe I should do it.
So
I think so.
yeah.
Okay.
Is that the part of you that's true? By the way, okay, Patrick always has this brilliant capacity to like pull things out and just like, I think he's psychic. Nobody else on here is though.
Thank you, Patrick. You just decided for my party to go on. Or something like it. Doesn't have to be really.
Yay, invite me.
I just want people to, I just want to share with people what I benefit for so long in my life. And I think let people decide if they want to take advantage or not. It's their problem, not mine. Thank you. A lot lighter now.
So there was something else. Okay, but for now, it's just a lighter, more spacious place. Okay, cool. So we still have a couple of people. What would be fun for you?
For me, it's like going to the mall without thinking the bills. That will be, I mean, if you shop the stuff that you like without thinking
Like the price.
yeah, exactly, sir. It's fun for me.
And Erica?
Well, for me, since I have two patients, my mom and my son, what's fun for me is um, getting all the medicines for free.
Yeah. Well, what magic could you be with that? Yeah. Okay. So Patrick, I think did you say something already? I don't remember. Okay. So
No, what jumped into me was dance.
oh, cool. Flora likes to dance.
I love dancing, yes.
Erica also.
We can dance.
Oh, we
That
can
can
have a
be,
dance party.
yeah, we can have our
Yeah.
energizing dance break later.
We actually have a joke. How, okay, so should we wait until the so abundance, okay, but if you say it in Portuguese, abundance means
She loved
shake your
that word.
booty.
It's really
So,
funny to listen to you.
can you
Sorry.
can you say it correctly?
You just did.
I want to hear it with the Portuguese accent.
Sure. Well, she's trying to explain that the word abundance, it's attached to the Brazilian word that, you know, we call butt, our butt. It's our bunda. So abundant, and abunda, it's like directly related, meaning if we shake our booty, we're gonna get abundance. If we shake our bunda, we're gonna get abundance. Is that what you're trying to say, Annie?
Something like that, yes. So I just like the play on words in different language. So
Fair, and it was great.
yeah, so dance party after. Okay. So we're switching gears again. There's one exercise that Gary has when you're walking in a mall or a store. Go to a store where never in a million years you would imagine affording all of the things. Like, let's say, like where they have like, you
The
know,
latest
really,
iPhone.
yeah, like really expensive things.
Yeah.
And then go there and be what energy you have to be to go there and be like, okay, I'd like to try that, please. Like, if it's clothes or jewelry, that's the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then not worry about, you know, how much it is, but just have that energy and that space of, you know what, I might not be able to have this now, but I can have it. Okay, and then feel how it is on your body. Does it make your body happier? Or does it just look pretty, but then when you have it on you, it's like, not really. And it gets you to practice being that energy of money, being the space of money. And also have fun with it. Because, you know, you said that going to the mall and, you know, not thinking about the bills is fun for you. So what if you just, you know, not think about it for now, but just go there, enjoy being in the mall, enjoy trying things out, and see what changes. So, yeah, everything that doesn't allow you to do that and to be that with total fun and total ease, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, talk, all nine, truth, voice, and beyond. Okay. So, generosity of spirit. What is the gift of generosity? It's not the money, it is the energy that you will be and the gift of contributing to someone's life and somebody's world. If you are it and be it, you will be really happy for those people who have money, and it invites money into your life. So, gifting freely, and it doesn't have to be money, it could be an energy. Like the other day, or maybe a week ago, my youngest son was sitting next to me and we were eating, and then all of a sudden he just touched my arm out of nowhere. And when he touched my arm, there was an energy there that he contributed, and it just made like, it made me happy. Like, and it was just like this really great expansive energy, and all he had to do was touch my arm. And he didn't want anything in return for that. He like didn't want me to, you know, give him special treatment. He just gifted it because it was fun for him. And then after that, he like, he ate his food and then he like did whatever he was doing. So it wasn't significant either. And that's what generosity of spirit is. It's just gifting freely. Okay, with no expectation. And that doesn't mean that, you'll be a doormat. It's actually using your awareness of what would create something in that person's universe, something in that person's world. And knowing that the universe will also provide and invite more money to come to you because you're being that energy. Okay, so anything that does not allow you to totally embody generosity of spirit with ease and with joy will you destroy and uncreate it.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine truths, boys and beyond. Ooh, do you really like people? Sorry, I just think this one's funny. Okay, who really likes people?
Some.
Do you like animals better?
I like people.
Okay.
Different kind of people. And I used to observe their character from afar.
Yes.
Depends
So,
on the attitude.
Yeah.
yeah. So, do you really like people? If you acknowledge the fact that you don't really like people that much, everything will get easier. Are you a people pleaser? Do you really want to make peace? Or do you hate people? There's a space where you are being vulnerable with you. And with that, you can actually get to what's true for you. Do you like the ideal about what people could be and should be able to be? Are you a romantic? I'm a romantic.
Oh, is that so, Sir Jason?
I don't know if he's still here. Oh my
Yeah, I'm
God,
here.
he's not
I'm
paying
here.
attention. Oh, I thought you weren't paying attention.
No, my phone's got low battery, so I
Oh,
had
what
to.
happened to the charger?
No, it's charging. It's just draining faster than it's
Oh,
charging. So
if you put it
that's
to
why I'm
if you go to I don't know how to do show you, but if you swipe all the way to the left and it has the driving mode, it saves battery.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, cool. So all of you who have decided being romantic means that everything is going to turn out the way you really want it, which it's not and it never does. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine truths, boys and beyond. How many jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared, as being romantic will always make the world turn out to be a better place? Which equals you're getting divorced are you choosing? And everything that is time for gasoline, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine truths, boys and beyond. Okay. So it is only when you acknowledge how much you hate people that you can acknowledge how much you truly adore and care about people and be the contribution you can be to people. You've got to acknowledge how much you hate people. It sounds so funny.
Yeah.
But do you see how like light it is when we say you like, acknowledge how much you hate people, and instead of So we learned that light and heavy. Light is what's true for you, and heavy is what's not true, or there's a lie attached. So when it's light that you hate people, okay. So what is it about that? Does that mean that you don't want to be near people? Does that mean that you think everybody's stupid? And what if it doesn't matter? It's just, oh, okay, there's times when I hate people. Okay, that's fine. Anywhere you're judging that, well, you're just trying to create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine truths, boys and beyond. And there's times when you absolutely love people and you adore them and you're fine to be with them. And do you judge that as being good, as being correct, as the way it should be? So everywhere you judge that, well, you're just trying to create it.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine truths, boys and beyond. So if you don't acknowledge how much you hate people, you have it as something you're suppressing and hiding from you. So you have judgment of it. And when you do so much suppressing of how much you hate people, nobody can see you. If you combine hating people with being in total allowance of them, then what begins to happen is they come to your house and they never want to leave.
Oh no.
Okay. When you have both together, the allowance and that energy, people don't want to leave you because one of the other things you're not acknowledged is how much you are aware of how much people hate themselves. So how much are you actually aware of how much people hate themselves?
Mm.
Like all those like, oh, I should have done this, I should have been this, I'm not good enough, I'm not choosing great. All of those things that people have and they think about and they hate themselves. How much of that in the world are you aware of? Yeah, and would you actually return all of that to sender with consciousness attached?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right, wrong, good, bad, sapak, all nine truths, bliss, and beyond. When you are finally willing to bring that energy out of the closet and go, wow, I hate people. They go, oh, I like you. You're just like me. I hate me too. You get me. You see me. People appreciate that honesty. And if you don't want people to come and come over to your house and never leave, then you can just tell them, okay, you know what? I actually have a lot of things to do right now. So do you want to come back in a month?
Or
And then
year.
and then, yeah, well, Gary actually recommends that you say, for anything like people who people who want to borrow money from you and you just don't want to deal with them, you can just be like, I'm sorry, but I have all of my money tied up in investments right now. Or I'm sorry, but like my bank account is like, I can't touch it right now. Can you come back in 1 month or maybe 3 months and see how it's going by then? And then, if they forget, then you don't have to deal with it. If they remember, oh, you know what? You just missed it. I had this like 3-day doorway. Well, can you check again in like a couple months?
Another couple of months.
But then you get to practice commerce where you just, oh, how are you doing? Like, and ask them questions. So, oh, we haven't talked about commerce. There's a difference between business or busyness and commerce. And commerce is actually where you interact with people. So you can actually use it to your advantage for those people who you don't want to come by. You could just ask ask them questions. Oh, so how are you doing? And like build that energetic rapport. So you're like just building energy, and it's something that they could be grateful for. And then that's how you invite more money and more business into your life, instead of the busyness that we usually find in business, where okay, here's your to-do list. Okay, this, and this. What's recommended is to actually speak to at least 6 people or 10 people a day, and just ask them questions. You don't even have to say, oh, you know what, this is what I'm doing right now. You just ask them questions. And a great example of that is something that Jason did yesterday. He met the owner of quite a few like real estate and like investment real estates, like things for rental places and Airbnbs and things like that. And Jason was just talking to him, just saying, oh, like how are you doing? Like, oh, how did you create this? And then how did you do all of that? And then that guy noticed that he was wearing a shirt. And then he asked Jason a question, oh, do you know Raul? And then that's where a business deal came through. And it's just, being interested, and at the same time saying, oh, you know what, I have to go. I have maybe 6 minutes to talk to you, and then I have to get to this work, or I have another call, and then I have to do this. So you can always think of something to tell them. Okay. Anyways, we're going all over the place. So let me know if it's just like.
It's fine.
Okay. So we can go over another section, or if you have a question, we can do that, or take a break. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, this is interesting. It says, proving being, improving doing. So I was actually just going to ask, and then I see this. You know how earlier it said, about being money?
Mhm.
I think this just answers my question. How do you be money? And here it says being is being present with everything with no point of view.
Mm-hmm. Which is why we're doing when we do the money workbook,
Yeah.
we bring up all of the points of views and then clear it until you have no point of view about money, until it's just space. Cool.
Man, I feel like I've got a billion of these. Everything I brought up. Fucking bud.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine tricks, boys and beyond. What form of motivation do you use to prove that you're actually being present when you're not being present? With money.
Wait, what?
Everything that brought up times a godzillion, will you just try and create it all, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine tricks, boys and beyond. All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being, to prove that by the doing you are actually being when you're not being when you're doing. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that, please?
Yes. What the heck is?
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all night shirts, boys and beyond.
It scrambles my brain.
Let's try that again. All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being, to prove that by the doing you are actually being when you're not being when you're doing. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Jason, would you like to read it?
So is it kind of like, it's like you're trying to do in order to be, but you're not really being because all you're doing is doing.
Yeah.
But you're using it to pretend that you're being when it's not. Okay.
That's correct.
So all the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being, to prove that by the doing you're actually being, when you're not being, when you're doing, you destroy and create all that. Right, wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Okay, how about let's all take turns reading that. Flora, do you want to go next?
Sure. That is funny and actually very needed. I guess. All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being to prove that by the doing you are actually being when you are not being, when you are doing, we will destroy and uncreate it all. Rather wrong, bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And I'm just going up the list. Erica, do you want to read it?
Okay.
Go, Erica.
Okay. All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being to prove that by the doing you are actually being, when you're not being, when you're doing, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong,
Yes.
good and bad, bad and fault, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And I love the rooster contributing in the background.
What was I gonna say? Even the
Sorry
rooster.
about it. Yeah, I'm so sorry about it.
Because it's
4:30
done here.
a.m. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. here.
Okay, so
Really
Jasmine, do you want to read it?
Yeah. All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being to prove that by the doing you are actually being. When you're not being, when you're doing, will you destroy and create all that? Right and
Yes.
wrong, good and bad and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Okay, and Patrick.
All the forms of motivation you're using to avoid being to prove that by the doing you are actually being when you're not being when you're doing, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Okay.
So you can't do being, you have to be being.
Yeah, you actually have to be it.
All right.
So the
That
only
actually
purpose,
I'm sorry. Just
yeah,
the version that actually destroys everything that we ever learn about money, because we learn that we have to do something in order to earn it. But here says, if you do something, you're not gonna be it. So just be it and stop doing it. Is that right? Right or wrong, good or bad, pocket pot on nine short, boys and beyonds for everything that comes up.
yes. So being doesn't mean that you do nothing. As a finite being, do you have things you have to do? As an infinite being, do you have to do anything? Or as an infinite being, do you get to do anything you desire? So that's a totally different point of view. Or instead of having to do something, you get to do anything you desire. Yeah. And that's what you as an infinite being have. It's the ability to do or be or have or create or generate anything and everything at will. That's the value of infinite being. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as the necessity of always proving you are being by what you do, but never choosing what allows you to be? And everything that is times by God's will you destroy and create it all, please.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, back, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as the necessity of always proving you are being by what you do, but never choosing what allows you to be? Time for God's billion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, back, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Ooh, this one. Definitely not relevant. How many of you try to do nice things for people in order to try to prove that you're a nice person? Anyone? Never.
No.
Okay, how many of you are healers and heal all kinds of people and make yourself sick to prove that you're not a healer?
I am.
So everything that is time for God's zillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pan and pock, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. So how many people around you are healers and heal all kinds of people and make themselves sick to prove that they're not a healer? So if you could just connect with those people in your life, whatever they can let go now, whatever they can destroy and uncreate regarding this, right, wrong, good, bad, top, clock, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. Okay. And what if it's okay not to heal people? Okay. But to actually care for your body. And then when it will actually change something in other people's universe, in their world, then yes, you can heal them. And that's part of the generosity of spirit. Okay, but you don't have to do it for everyone.
Yeah.
Because how many people will receive it and how many people will just take it for granted?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Do you mind
everything that
repeating
brought up.
part again? I'm so sorry. I missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Oh, it's okay.
Wait, is this being recorded? Yes. Okay, good.
It's okay. No
we
worries.
need we need a
I'll catch
we
you
need
later.
an oracle. An oracle. But what if you already received it? So you have the energy of it, you have whatever was said. So anything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, forth and beyond, and everything that brought up with the whole healer conversation, destroy and uncreate, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. Okay, cool.
You're talking about the healing thing. That's a big topic for me because I, like I understood that I was a healer. I've been always a healer, and then I take crap from people because I'm trying to heal them, but at the same time I make myself sick. It was something like this, and I can totally
Yes.
relate to that. And I don't want to be sick anymore for healing other people and everything that all brings up. I now destroy and discreate right around
Yes.
Thank you.
So how many of you try to do nice things for people in order to prove that you're a nice person? Everything that brings up, right, wrong, good, bad, top, pock, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. How many of you are healers and heal all kinds of people and make yourself sick to prove that you're not a healer? Everything that is time for God's healing, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, top, pock, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. And what if it's okay to not heal the people around you? Or since we're infinite and we can tap into people from all the way across the globe, what if it's okay not to heal anyone at all? Yes.
Said I like that.
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong for choosing that.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, forth and beyond. Okay. So Gary and Dane, don't go around just handing money out to people. So, but they do, once in a while, they give like a nice present to someone, or they give a larger tip to someone. Okay. And they're being aware of what could actually change by what they're doing, by what they're gifting. So what if you could be aware of where your healing capacity, can actually create such a dynamic change in someone's world that it would create change all over the planet.
Wow.
So what if you're aware of that, and that's when you heal someone? And that's also a choice. You don't have to. So everything that brought up, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Okay. So, um,
I've got something coming up around like this whole doing and being sort of thing, and like
yeah.
I had a great experience last night where I offered a group session, and like it was extremely easy. I did not try at all. I like if it wasn't super easy, I just ignored it. And like I felt great about it. It was exciting. And so like yeah, it really felt a lot more like being than doing. Um but like the doing stuff just feels like so deeply ingrained in like everything and how we talk about the way we live and all of that stuff. And it's just like, is that really just like this misperception, and that we can really just be and watch and allow all this stuff to unfold?
Okay. So, being is being present with everything with no point of view. So, if you were an interesting point of view and total allowance, what if you just watch your body doing whatever it's doing and you were aware of it? And you didn't have to think about what the next thing your body is gonna do. You don't have to think about the next step. It's just being present with whatever is coming up. So doing is what you do to prove that you're being something. Okay. So I am being an enlightened, really intelligent person. And because of that, I'm going to read like a whole bunch of books to make sure that I use the correct terminology and, you know, very large vocabulary. And I'm extrapolating and I'm creating all of these things and making sure that my image is that's the doing and the proving. Instead of just like, okay, hi, I'm being, hi. And then whatever energy you're being. So yes, we can sit here and just be in this space. And it feels nice. Like a little bit halfway down, as an infinite being, do you get to do anything you desire? So when you're being this space and present with everything, what would be fun to choose? What would you like to create? What future possibility are you aware of? And yes, sometimes something requires an action, but you get to choose. And what if you can be this space? And what if you're being this space? And taking action. And tap into when you hear the words taking action versus doing something. So which one is lighter? Which one's expansive?
Taking action.
And it's more of like a choice, like choice to take action.
Yeah, and doing feels more like just doing stuff,
Busyness.
not necessarily taking action. Yeah, like busyness, exactly.
Okay, cool. So I think this is a great space to take a break. I gotta pee. So I'm gonna pause the recording.
Okay.
So 15 minutes. So that means in
Okay.
about yeah, at the top of the hour. So here it's at 4 p.m. and that'll be 6 6 p.m. in Brazil, and then I think that's 5 a.m. your time in the Philippines.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
it's
All right, so
okay.
I'll see you guys. Yes, we'll see you in 15. Oh. So I forgot to stop the recording. So we're gonna have that, in the recording, we're gonna have that 15 minutes. So sorry about that. And they're doing some construction, so it's gonna be kind of noisy. Is this okay for everyone, or is it too loud? Can you guys hear the construction? No? Oh, okay, cool. Great. Okay. So, anybody have any questions? Can you guys hear me crunching? Okay, sorry. Let me mute. Somebody talk about something. What came up during the break?
I was just feeling very at ease and spacious and was like, you know what, why not go take a look at the election results just to like see what that feels like right now. And I enjoyed it. It was great.
That's funny. That's what I did too. It seems like it's the tides have changed a little bit. So it's right now it's it looks like Biden is in the lead by a little bit. Like 5 electoral votes. Just 5. That's very interesting. Okay. So, anger and potency. By the way, is anybody keeping track of oh, cool. Thank you. So, anger and potency. People who take 6 points of view are trying to suppress their anger. And everywhere that you bought from your mom or your dad about the way to be, and everywhere she lied to you. Actually, let's do it about mom first. Everything you bought from your mom about the way to be, and everywhere she lied to you and told you that you couldn't be what she refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are, that would set you free, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Wow. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, clock, all 9 tricks, boys and beyonds. Okay. So any resistance we might have to our moms or our dads, can we destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, clock, all 9 tricks, boys and beyonds. Anywhere we still had that teenage rebellious side to us, will we destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, clock, all 9 tricks, boys and beyonds. And everywhere we have the opposite, where we absolutely loved and adored our parents, our mom or our dad. And that keeps us from actually seeing what's true and what's not true. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. Okay, cool. So I couldn't say the clearing, so there was something there that was in the way. Let's try again. Everywhere that you bought from your mom about the way to be, and everywhere she lied to you and told you you couldn't be what she refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are, that would have actually set you free. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all 9 tricks, boys and beyond. So everything you bought from your dad about the way to be, and everywhere she lied to you and told you you couldn't be what he refused to be. Let's start over. Everything you bought from your dad about the way to be, and everywhere he lied to you and told you you couldn't be what he refused to be and you couldn't be what you actually are that would have actually set you free, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyonds. Okay. So everything you bought from your grandparents about the way to be, and everywhere they lied to you and told you you couldn't be what they refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are that would have actually set you free, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyonds. So everything you bought from your aunt about the way to be, and everywhere she lied to you and told you you couldn't be what she refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are that would have actually set you free, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyond. And everything you bought from your dad, your uncle, about the way to be, and everywhere he lied to you and told you you couldn't be what he refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are that would have actually set you free, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyond. And everything you bought from your siblings about the way to be, and everywhere they lied to you and told you you couldn't be what they refused to be, and you couldn't be what you actually are that would have actually set you free, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyond. Okay. Wow. When we were young, did you get really angry at somebody, and then were you really yelled at or spanked because of that? Was
Yes.
that actual? Okay. Was that
A lot.
actually anger, or was that potency? Did you actually got angry? Did you get angry at somebody, or was that your potency rising?
Ugh. I wish I could give a clear answer. I want to say I don't know, but it's not that. It's the second one, whatever that was.
Okay, so that was your potency rising. So because of that, were you like, no, this is wrong, this stops now? And then they say, don't be such an angry little girl or little boy. And then they beat you or spank the shit out of you while yelling at you. Right? So because of that, you misidentified and misapplied what anger was. Then you started to shut down your potency because you thought it was anger. So what if it's potency? What if it's power? What if it's your awareness that someone is lying, or that someone is doing something that could hurt themselves or hurt others? And because you were made wrong for it, you started to shut it down and hide it and suppress it. So everything you did to misidentify and misapply that potency as anger and as something that you should not have, because potency is the ability to create change, and that you should suppress it, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyond. Everything you aligned and agreed with and resisted and reacted to that sticks you there, and all the trifold sequencing systems that keep you there, and all the fixed points of view, fixed realities, fixed life, fixed feelings, fixed thoughts and emotions, fixed forms, structures, and significances, and fixed beingnesses you are choosing. Would you destroy and uncreate all of that, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine truths, boys and beyond. What happens is when the energy that has been suppressing you or has been locking something up, as we start to unlock it, you'll start to get the awareness of these different areas of your life that you want to ask a question about. Now, finally, you can perceive what's there and what's going on. And a lot of times the way to get through it is to keep running the same process that got you to the place where you're asking a question about it. It's part of the process working, and this is how it works. You no longer feel locked out of your life, and you no longer have to maintain the continuous suppression of that energy. So you start to unlock it, and then the process starts to clear things, and then you start to get awareness of what actually is. And that's your knowing, that's your awareness, that's what you know, and only you know what you know. Okay. Shall we do a body process? Do you guys have bodies to practice on? Yes, you can practice on your own body. And if you have another body you can practice on, that would be awesome. Okay. So biomimetic mimicry. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared as always living from the biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry of other people's bodies and realities are you using rather than creating the body you could be choosing? And everything that is Tantra Godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, Quantum Talk, online church, sports, and beyond. So this is
Can I
what
just
you
comment
do.
about this?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, I remember I was taking a foundation class with Christine, and we had just learned this, biomimetic mimicry. And then I remember I was walking to my car, looking at my phone, and my son Jacob was with me, and he was walking exactly the same way I was walking. And it's funny because like he probably wasn't even aware that that's what he was doing. And I'm just like, wow, how often are we doing exactly what our parents did or our siblings did? And the cool thing is this body process basically frees you of the stuff, the automatic conditioning, like doing what your parents do, that kind of thing.
So the more you run it, this is one of the body processes that Gary and everybody at Access recommend that you run a lot. Like this one and MTVSS, just running the two of them will create such a dynamic change with your body. Okay. So how many of you have been told like that you look just like your mother or just like your father? Anyone? Yeah.
Yeah. And they say my kids they all look like me.
No, they say that Jacob looks like me, kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. Well, one time someone's like one of your mom's friends thought I looked like your mom.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I look like your mom's daughter. That's what she said. So it's not too bad. Okay, anyways. Do you really look just like them, or did you try to make your body look just like them because that is what everybody told you
Yeah,
you look like? Okay, cool. The reality is you're you. You're not some mimicry of your parents. So biomimetic mimicry is where you mimic the psychology and the physiology of someone else, and you actually lock it in your body. So it's with you all the time. So a lot of the conditions in your body that you don't know can be changed can actually be undone by doing biomimetic mimicry. Okay, so this could be diseases and conditions. It could be eyesight. It could be anything at all. So you don't want to mimic someone You want to take whatever they have for creation, whatever energy that is, and duplicate it and choose that as a way of creating. So don't mimic. You can duplicate and then start creating it as your own. Okay. You don't want to mimic to create understanding, because mimicking is the place where you alter it so you end up becoming it in order to understand it. You keep trying to understand people, thinking that if you can understand them, you'll know why they chose what they chose. I'm going to give you the ultimate in understanding people. People choose what they choose because they choose what they choose. Not for any really good reason. And because you wouldn't choose it, you assume that they must be choosing it for a good reason. They must have been abused as children. No. They must have had a terrible life. No. They just chose it. Okay.
You skipped the word.
Yes, I did.
Anyway.
They just chose it. There you go. I said it in my head. Is that better? You guys all heard it anyway.
I can say it for you, Jason.
Okay, there you go. They just
Fucking.
That's why I don't say it, because I just laugh. Okay. The body process, biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry. So the whole process is called eradication, elimination, and dissipation of the biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry of other people's pains, pathways, and realities. So it's really long. You can shorten it to BMM, which is biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry.
So they are two different ones, right?
Yes. So biomimetic, oh, okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead.
Biomimetic is what you locked into your body when you're trying to mimic, like let's say your parents or even strangers. If you're in a certain country, you mimic what most people choose. So biomimetic is all the mimicry that you've locked into your body. Biomimetric is where you're at in I guess, well, let's just read what it says here. So it's like where you try to locate yourself in the space of another. It would be more like when you have a relationship and you try to make the two of you fit together. So it's let's say you're in this space. How would you have to move yourself so that you fit in with another person in space? So it's like mimicking how the other person is, but the opposite. So it kind of locks in space. And does that make sense? It's like it makes sense in my head, but it's hard for me to explain it.
It does make sense.
So you're like two puzzle pieces fitting together, but you're molding yourself so that you fit in with the other person. Okay, cool. And like I said before, the biomimetic is everything that you've chosen for your body to make sure that you fit in with a certain, like Asians all look a certain way, or Brazilians all, well, not necessarily, because Brazil has like the most amount of different body types that I've seen. So, but Brazilians have a certain way that they fit into their culture. That's all part of the biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry. Okay, so you'll have to do this process a lot because you have been trying to understand a whole lot of stupid people. It takes a long time, but you will get a sense of peace that nothing else has ever been given you. So run it 200 to 300 times. That's a lot. But try it out. Try running it at least once a day for 30 minutes and see if there's anything that changes.
So
And
for
you don't need, oh, go ahead.
for this one, the biomimetic mimicry, it's the hand on the occiput and the sacrum. What
Yes.
about biomimetic? Where are the hands? I forgot.
It's the same.
Oh, it's the same.
Yes.
Okay. So you just
And
say BBM?
yes.
What is
Or you can say it's the eradication and elimination and dissipation of biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry of other people's pains, pathways, and realities.
Can't you just say BMM 3 times
Yes.
and then run? And that runs
BMM.
both?
Yes.
BMM 3 times? BMM, BMM, BMM. Yeah.
But since this may be the first time that everybody's running it, or some people are, just so hold it the back of your head where your skull meets your neck. That's the occiput. And then your sacrum is it's not the tailbone, so it's not the tip of your tailbone, but it's that wider base of your tailbone. That's your sacrum. So right a little, like maybe 1 or 2 inches above your butt, your butt crack. So just hold that. And for now, I'll say the body process and just be aware of what changes or what you perceive. So eradication, elimination, and dissipation of biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry of other people's pains, pathways, and realities. Okay, and right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, voice, and beyond. After a few times, you could just say BMM run. BMM run. Okay, so it's one hand on, okay, let me show. Does anybody want to model?
I can.
Okay, so there's the, okay. Show off that Brazilian butt. Bunda, there you go.
Uh-oh. Can you see it? It's actually.
Okay, yes. So back of the head, and then right there where like your lower back, and right where the start of your butt crack is. I know we're using technical terms here,
I guess
but
everybody.
that's the sacrum. Okay, so just hold it for a little bit and allow it to run. Definitely would recommend you finding someone, like another body to run it on. And biomimetic mimicry and biomimetric mimicry is actually the body process where it is, these points are the points to run it on. Some of the other body process, you can ask the body where to run it. But for BMM, it's always the back of the head, the occiput, and then right above your butt, the sacrum.
So if we do in other people, we're actually receiving it as well.
Yes.
Okay, because
So
I can offer someone here, but I don't know if they're gonna do on me.
yeah.
So if I offer it, also I get them, right?
Yes. So in that case, you only have to run it or if you keep running it and then someone else is running it, then you only have to trade 100 times.
Mm,
Yes, only 100 times.
okay.
And with this, you don't have to finish with restructuring of bodies, because it's eliminating and eradicating and dissipating the energy. Okay, so just a few more minutes of holding it. If anybody's perceiving anything,
Just it just feels like a sense of peace for me. Like it's just, oh, okay. Like going home, something like this, like to like a peace, like sacred homey space, something like that for me.
mm, does anybody else have any questions? Let's see, we'll just run it for a couple more minutes. So elimination, eradication, and dissipation of the biomimetic and biomimetric mimicry of other people's themes, pathways, and realities. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, truth, sports, and beyond. So since this is online and usually we have the body processes in person and then we have people running it together, we're gonna go over each of the body processes more than once. So you get a different awareness and you perceive like the energies. Okay, cool. So that's it for today. Cool. So anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive and run, the biomimetic mimicry and biomimetric mimicry process to try and create it, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, sports, and beyond. Okay, cool. So creating financial awareness. We're gonna get all the money stuff. So if you really want to create a change in your financial reality, you should do the How to Become Money Workbook by Gary Douglas. It is available in the Access shop. So you want to create some sense of financial awareness for yourself. So these are the 4 tools that Gary recommends. If you start this now, you could see how much your money and your financial world and your financial awareness actually grows. So take 10% of everything you earn. It's an honoring of you. Put it away and don't touch it. No matter what the bill is, don't touch it. Go out and earn more money. Don't spend your 10% ever. Don't even spend it on access. If you borrow it to pay for access, pay it back immediately, or you will never get a result from access that you're looking for. If you have a business, put 10% away of every dime the business brings in for the business, not for you, but for the business. And within 6 months, the business will be making money. So 10% for you, 10% for the business. And with everything that you buy, even if it's food, even if it's something that you need, ask, if I buy you, will you make me more money? And then um, you allow it, like if you ask that and you get a yes, allow it to do everything it can to energetically support you to make more money. It sounds weird, but by asking that, you're giving it a job. And that's part of receiving from everything around you. So number 3 is carry with you at all times the sum of money that a wealthy person would have. It could be 500 or 2,000. But the key is to never spend it. You can carry it in currency or gold coins. And number 4, you need to know exactly how much it costs to live per month. Make a list of all of your monthly expenses, including what you would like to spend on access. And this is so you get clear on how much it costs for you to live. In addition to rent, utilities, and so on, make sure to include entertainment and clothes. And this should include not just your basic expenses, but also what it costs to have fun in your life. And then start asking for that amount of money to come in every month. The secret to having wealth is to spend less than you bring in. How many of you spend your life spending money? And everything that is, times the Godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, boys, and beyond. You've got to teach yourself how to have money. You have to ask or you won't receive. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you be to create a financial reality beyond this reality with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, boys, and beyond. And what can you add to your life today that would make you money right away? And anything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, voice, and beyond. So these are books that I haven't read yet. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I should read that. But 2 books that Gary Douglas recommend you read: How to Get Out of Debt, Stay Out of Debt, and Live Prosperously by Gerald Mundis, and Penny Capitalist, How to Build a Small Fortune from Next to Nothing by James J. Hester. And that's how Gary built and accumulated his wealth, because he had nothing when he was starting out. He actually lived in a closet for about a year, and all he ate was bread and peanut butter while he tried to make money for himself and his son. So he knows what it's like, and he actually used these tools to start building wealth and accumulating wealth. And now he has a multi-million-dollar business that's all over the world. And not just one business, but he has many different businesses. Maybe he was just speaking about it, around 12 to 15 businesses. So if you're not willing to be judged, you can't have money. For each judgment that you are willing to receive, you can make 5,000 more that year. For every judgment that you're not willing to receive, you lose $10,000. What does receive judgment mean? Interesting point of view, you have that point of view. Thank you for judging me. Thank you for the contribution. So it's actually having gratitude for that person for judging you. It's actually receiving what their points of views are about you and not making it significant. When people have gratitude for you, your financial wealth grows. When people are angry with you, your financial wealth diminishes. You want people to be grateful for you and to be willing to help you make more money. And everything that brings up right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, online tricks, boys and beyond. Anything that does not allow you to be gratitude in order to generate and create wealth, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, online tricks, boys and beyond. So there's this story about Grace Douglas, who's the youngest daughter of Gary. He would take her out to, we call them garage sales. So that's basically when people are getting rid of their stuff, they just put it out in the front of their house and people come and then they try to buy it. So Gary would tell Grace, okay,
less than what you're paying for.
so he always told her and asked her to use her awareness and actually ask, okay, if I buy you, will you create more money? Okay, am I paying less than what you're actually worth? And then all the things that she bought, she always bought it for less than what it's actually worth. So this one time they went to and this old lady was selling some jewelry. So in the middle of all these fake jewelry, there was actually a nice gold necklace. And Grace picked it up and it was only for sale for $5. And she asked the question, okay, are you worth more than what I'm paying for? And she got a yes. So when they usually don't hold on to things, but they bring it to, let's say like a pawn shop or somewhere to sell it. And when they sold it, it was actually worth like closer to $300. So what if you started looking at money that way, where you are spending money, but you're aware that it's actually worth more than what you're spending. And that's how you start building wealth. That's how you start accumulating and generating wealth. And that's how you invite more money to come. Okay, cool. So everything that brought up, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, online tricks, boys and beyond. There's an exercise from Bart. It's called the thymus exercise. Does everybody remember that? So the thymus, yes. So the thymus is right in the middle of your chest. Imagine pulling energy from the earth up your feet, all the way up through the middle of your chest, and then up the top of your head. And now imagine pulling from the top of your head down, all the way down to your feet, down to the ground. Now imagine energy going through your fingers and your hands and across your chest to the other side of your leg. So if you're pulling it through your right hand, it's gonna go out your left foot, and vice versa. From your left hand out your right foot, and then up your right foot, out your left hand, up your left foot, out your right hand, and then ask all of the energies to flow all at once. Okay. So how is that? And I'll just ask, okay, thymus exercise run. Okay, cool. So while we're doing that, there's something called devolved beings that we can clear. So one of the things that we talked about, we learned about Bechamex from Barth. So another type of entity are devolved beings. So it's basically energies that have started to devolve. So devolving means that it's going back to the basic like form. So it's starting to turn into just energy, but still energy with some sort of definition to it. So it can affect your eyes, your lungs, parts of your life, and your body. So the thing to do with it is to just clear it. Okay, so all the devolved beings that are on you and your body, what are you? What were you before that? 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 And what will you be in the future? Thank you. Okay. And now you can even say it for other people around you. So let's say, you know, your family or your children or the people who spend a lot of time with you. So all the devolved beings that are on their bodies and on them, okay? Truth, what are you? What were you before that? Before that? What were you 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 before that? And what will you be in the future? Thank you. You're free to go. Any of you feel lighter?
Wow, yeah. That's really weird.
Cool.
I don't think I've seen this before.
Sorry. Do you have many times that we can run, or like specific, like what were you before that? How many times should I do it?
Until it feels lighter. And then you can just let them leave. So in order to have those kinds of beings, you would have to somewhere decided that you wanted to die. When you want to die, or when you decide you want to die, you engage with all the devolved beings, because in order to die, you must devolve your body or decay your body. So anytime you had that thought or that point of view, or anytime people around you had that thought and that point of view and you picked up on it, you're inviting devolved beings. So now everywhere that you pick up all of those thoughts from, will you destroy and uncreate where you bought it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, truth, voice, and beyond. Okay, cool. All right, does anybody have any questions? You guys are getting really, what's the word?
I'm feeling heavy, actually.
Like brain fried?
Yeah. Yes, like that, just like that. Let me see if there's a fun something. Because the other thing we can do is we can listen to an ESC.
That would be great. I would love.
Okay.
I have to be on the road, so I don't know if I can listen to an EC while I'm driving. Probably not a
Okay.
good idea.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see.
Can I ask something
Yeah,
regarding money?
sure.
I mean, I know I keep going back to money, but this is the primary thing that's shown up. I mean, one thing we read made a lot of sense with what Gary says, you know, like the secret to having wealth is to spend less than you have coming in, something like that.
Mhm.
It's so easy to buy into this idea that I could only bring in so much money per day or per month.
Okay.
And I guess my question is, how do you change that?
Is that
And I know
true?
I probably asked this many times. It's just, I wonder, what am I not seeing here? What's
So
right about
is
this?
is that true? You can only bring in a certain amount of money.
Oh my goodness, it's not true. I'm buying into just another lie.
Okay, cool. So everything that is, all the lies that you bought that limit your receiving of money, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, trick, sports, and beyond. So what's the most amount of money you've received in a day?
Like $23,000 in one day.
Okay, that's kind of exact. It's not like $100,000. It's like 23. Okay.
Because
So
I probably received a little more than that, but I do remember seeing that show up in my account. I was amazed.
okay. So 2 years ago, would you ever have imagined that much amount going into your account in one day?
No, we were pretty much living on food stamps.
Okay. So how about like 8 years ago?
No,
Were you like making that
I was
amount of
making that
money in a
much.
year?
I was making 24,000 in a year when I was
Yes.
living in South Korea.
So what changed?
What changed? I made different choices. Been
Okay.
taking these classes,
Okay.
been asking more questions, been doing things that would allow for larger payments to come in.
Okay.
But I also notice after a certain amount, it's like, okay, no more. It's like I shut the door.
Okay.
And I didn't even see it until you pointed it out. And
Okay.
it's very uncomfortable.
There you go. You just said it. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So every time something gets too uncomfortable, do you shut the door?
No, I mean, the situation right now is uncomfortable. In other words, like, I don't have enough money coming in. It's very
Okay.
uncomfortable.
I'm going to be an asshole.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm going to ask the question again.
Got it.
Truth. Every time
Yes.
you receive
Uncomfortable.
too much, is it uncomfortable? Okay.
Yes.
And every time you receive too little, is that uncomfortable?
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, pardon me being an asshole, right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, all that shit.
That's not actually
Okay,
being an asshole.
That's for me. That's just for me.
And you're usually
Okay.
much more aggressive than this, like 50 times more. Towards me.
Okay.
I mean, that brought up
Oh,
parking lot.
yes, right, wrong, good, bad, fuck. Well, in college, I actually got into parking lot sites with like broken glass and everything. And I'm still this tiny. So I'm kind of like an asshole in the ditch sometimes. So I'm owning that. Right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, all interest, voice, and beyond. Okay. So, so do you use discomfort as a signal to change something, whether towards good or bad, whatever you're judging it as?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Okay. So everything that is, everywhere you've used discomfort as a signpost as to what you're creating, would you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine tricks, voice, and beyond. What if you were just aware of what you were creating?
What if I was just aware of what I was creating?
Yeah. Instead of going to discomfort and then choosing, what if you were just aware of what you're creating and what you're choosing?
That's funny. Because wow, oh my goodness. It's kind of like I actually prefer to put my head in the sand so I don't have to look at it
Until it hurts too much?
until it hurts, and then I have to take my head out of the sand.
Until you have
Goodness.
You have to Gary and Dane word it differently. They say you
Head
stick
in
your
your ass.
head up your ass.
Yeah.
There's a really funny picture of that. You see
Yeah.
this guy with he's like contorted and his head is in his butt. Inside the butt. Not just you gotta find that. Can someone find that?
I could probably find it.
It's the funniest thing. So what if you didn't have to do that? You didn't have to stick your head in the sand or stick your head up your butt and hide until it's too uncomfortable that you can't hide anymore. What if you just start choosing? Everything that brings up right, wrong, and bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. And everywhere you
There it is.
wait,
I
is
linked
it
it.
really?
Click
Is
on
it
the
really?
link and you'll see it.
Oh, well, I'm sharing it, so
Yeah.
it's just
It's that image, right?
I thought it was actual. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, is it a different one?
No, I think that is it.
Yeah.
I just that's a very okay. How do I just close it? How do I get rid of this?
Just minimize
So-
it.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
just
Yes, go ahead.
just understanding the feeling. I mean, not the understanding, but just knowing that the feeling is there, and you can choose just not feel it. Just become aware of this and choose something different. Is that what you're trying to say before? Any?
Yeah, so just choose, and it doesn't matter what you're choosing, because what we've been doing is we're not choosing until there's something, there's an impetus, there's the discomfort, there's that motivation for us to start choosing. What if you just chose and then chose something else and then keep choosing and choosing and choosing instead of waiting for something to happen and then choose? So that's taking action instead of waiting for something. So how many people here have actually chosen no choice, so that you didn't have to choose until you had to choose, and then by that time you only had one choice or seemingly one choice, like not creating money until, oh well, we have to eat tomorrow, okay, now I have to create money. Okay.
Parking pod, parking pod, parking pod, parking
Everything
pod.
that brings up right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. And yes, go ahead.
So on that, you're not choosing it. It's also a choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you get discomfort anyway,
Yeah.
Right.
right? So you
Mhm.
gotta choose before the last minute, as Annie says, like now I have to create money to eat, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
die. Change or die. Where's the number here? 9? 9. I don't know.
So she's talking about the numbers. Okay, we
Sorry,
might
I
as well go
confused
there.
the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Oh no, let's go there. Let's go to the numbers. Yes, this is actually gonna help people be energized.
Good.
Okay. So the numbers. Every time Gary or Dane say like a number and then they do this thing, they're using one of these numbers, and it's 1, 2, 3 to 20. So if you have something going on and then you just don't know what number to use, you can also go 1, 2, blah, or 1, 2, frack. So 1, 2, 3 is about changing anything from the past. So whenever you say 1, 2, 3, you're actually also contributing to the earth. So 1, 2, 3 to change something from the past. So what is it from the past that you want to change? Let's say your body. Everywhere that you've judged your body in the past up to now, let's do 1, 2, 3 to change it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And what you do is you just feel the energy going into your arms, like kind of collecting energy. So think of all the judgments you had on your body and bring it all to your hands. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like letting it go and contributing it to the planet. Just the planet can use whatever energy to generate something different. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 opens the door to create a different future. And it opens doors to new possibilities. Okay, so everything about your body that you can change now. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 for that. So everything you've done in your, okay, Jason, I'm gonna mute you. Or maybe you're muted. Are you muted? Okay.
I just did it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize I
You
was
got-
I was muted.
You had the power. Oh no, Jason, you were doing the you were tapping on your phone and we can all hear you. Big thumbs.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I
Okay.
have messages coming in.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to open a door to different possibilities regarding your body. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is about undoing and erasing the algorithms. Okay. So everything that you've computed, everything that you've created as an algorithm, as a formula, as a mathematical equation, you can destroy it and uncreate it with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And why do we want to do this? Because everything that you created as a mathematical formula actually isn't creative or generative. So it makes it solid. So a question in and of itself is an algorithmic interrupt. So every time you ask a question, it interrupts and it actually stops that algorithm and allows you to create something different. Okay, so yeah, let's do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the elections. Just for fun. Who knows what'll happen? And we can only do maybe up to 5 of these. If you do any more, you might actually interrupt your electrical system. So your electronics, like your phones or your computers. So we don't want to do that because we're on a Zoom and we're using the electronics right now. So let's just do maybe 2, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the election. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is unlocking the memory of something. So when people don't get over something and you keep doing the same thing and keep looping back, a 6 would be really good for changing that. Okay, so any memories you have that are limiting you from receiving more money, let's unlock that with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then whatever we can change that's been unlocked, let's do a 1, 2, 3 on that. So whatever it is that came up, whatever memory was unlocked, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And let's open the door to a totally different financial reality. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So number 7 is about creating magic. And you only do it once, and you can't do magic on yourself. It backfires. So you're gonna have to ask for who can receive the magic, or you can do it on your friends for fun, or your animals, or nature, or the planet. So for now, anywhere on the planet that can receive magic on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 8 is about creating a reality that has never been on planet Earth. Okay. So what's a reality that only you can introduce, you can create, you can generate, you can actualize on planet Earth? So whatever that is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 9 is the energy of death. You can use the energy of death for people or animals who are terminal, and you can also use it to kill limitations. So okay, so any limitations that you have that's keeping you from having more money and having more wealth, well, you kill that now with on 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. It sounds like I'm saying no, 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 no. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay. So 10 is changing photon particles or photon particulates into photon wavelengths. We were talking a little bit about this with the quantum particles. So light is both a particle or particulate and a wave. So with this, we're harnessing that energy, that ability to go from wave to particle. And we're using it to change whatever it is that we can change. So whatever it is that we can desolidify, we can desolidify with the number 10. So all your points of views about money that keeps it solidified and keeps you receiving like only what you have been receiving. Let's change that on 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. You can also do 10s to wake up stupid. So if you have someone and they're like drooling and they look like a zombie, you can try doing 10s on them and see if they'll wake up. Okay, so 11 is about interrupting the techies in their cycle of action. So techies are people who are just using and abusing the planet. They're the big oil companies, the big financial industries. They're the, war machines. They're big pharmaceuticals. Anything that they're just all about the money and not contributing to the planet, and they don't care about sustainability. So those are techies. So on 11, whatever we can do to change, governments, pharmaceuticals, oil, and all the big industries that are actually destroying the planet. On 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Okay, and 12 is a different future that has never been, and you can only do it once. So for whatever future, different future,
We can't hear you anymore, I don't think.
Oh, that's weird.
Now we got you.
Okay. Yes, but now it's like
It's the electronic devices that we're like.
yeah.
okay, there you go. Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. So 13 is about changing tracks. And earlier this year, we had about 3,000 people in a global foundation class. So a class like this, but it's all over the world, and Gary and Dane were facilitating it. And we did 13. And since there was, about 3,000 people, let's do the math on that. For every person who does the clearing, you are actually clearing 350,000 other people all over the world. So if we had 3,000, that was, I think that was so about 1.5 billion. So we were able to change tracks for 1.5 billion people. And that's what created the whole, whatever was going on with COVID.
Just worth to mention that we are 7 billion.
Yeah.
So we did it pretty much. I don't know who does the math on that, but it was pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was really cool, because that goes to show how, like, when all of us are gathered and we're creating a change and we're consciously choosing to change something, we can affect the rest of the planet. Okay, so let's do a track change on our finances, because that's what's popping. So just on 13, and you keep saying 13 and keep changing tracks until it's light for you, and then you can stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Yeah, and totally don't have any fun with this at all. This should be serious and significant. We're changing the world here, people. I'm just kidding.
We are. You're not kidding. Don't lie. We're 6. So 6 times 3,050, 300,000, 50,000. I don't know.
Okay. So 14 is about activating the molecules of death in people's bodies. And why would we want to do that? If someone has cancer, then you want to activate the molecules of death, because that's what actually eliminates cancer. Cancer cells no longer have the ability to die, so they just keep replicating and replicating, and that's what causes cancer. So that, or if you really don't like someone, you can casually just throw a 14 at them. And with this, so that made everybody light. So if there's someone that you'd like to, just do a 14 on. And I'd like to include the 15 with that, which is about change or die. So with that, then they have the choice to change whatever it is that they're doing that's no longer working for a lot of people, or they can choose to die. Okay. And even if you want someone to die, it's still a choice. So you can do 14s on everybody that you want to, but they're not going to die if they're still choosing to live. Okay, so it could be similar to the 9s where you're actually killing the limitation and killing whatever is in their bodies that's not allowing them to choose greater. So it's always a choice for both you and for the other person. Okay, so let's do 14, 15 on whoever it is it could be someone that you actually like. Or if it's easier and more fun, someone that you don't like.
It could be for someone who's doing like toxic substance abuse also.
Yes, especially with the 15, then they can choose to change it. Okay, and people who are doing substance abuse or something similar to that, they're actually decaying their body. So they're just dying. They're choosing to die, but at a slower rate. With this, you're giving them the energy they require so they can actually see, oh, you know what, I can change this, or accelerate the rate at which they're decaying their body. And when you accelerate it, okay, maybe, like in the case of Jason, like when it gets too uncomfortable at the last minute, that last minute Hail Mary, then they'll change something. So everything that brought up and everything about death and dying and decaying and all the judgments that people have of that, well, you just try and uncreate it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, rock, all 9 church boys and beyond. Okay, so one person, let's do a 14 and a 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, 14, 15. Okay. Oh, another thing I forgot to tell everyone is that you don't have to buy everything I'm saying as real or true. Just use what works for you and what's light for you and what makes you happier. And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all 9 shirts, voice, and beyond. Because you still know what you know, and you know what's true for you, especially in this 10 seconds. Okay. Number 16. It's the actualization of mutation to a different species. And a different species is, just you opening up to whatever your capacities are. So, like Patrick, he's like the Professor X, where he knows, like, he can get into people's minds or something. So if we're all X-Men, we all have like that mutation, and then using a 16 actually opens you up to whatever your other capacities are. So if you're really caring, what if you do a 16 and then it opens you up to being even more caring? And if you have a capacity with money, doing a 16 would open you up to a greater capacity with money. Okay, so let's do a 16 on ourselves and our family members, whoever's open to the actualization of the mutation to a different species. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Okay. 17 and 18 are unknown anomalies of possibility. So how many of you have actually been so different your entire life? You've always been an anomaly. So what's so different about you that if you would allow it to go all over the planet would actually change the world? So 17s and 18s, just, we don't use it that often because it usually doesn't pop to use. And when I say pop, it's like when you just see the number or you think of the number and you get the energy, oh, you know what? We can change something with this. So if there's anything, just scan your body really quick. And if there's an energy here that you are perceiving, it could be like an ache or a headache or some pain, or it could just be a contraction, whatever that is. Okay, just imagine it going to your hands, and let's do a 17 and 18 on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. So 19 is one of my favorite ones to use. You can read it. It's get intelligent or die. So I always tell this story because it's so funny. I always do 19s on Jason for fun. And then I'd be like, I'd be thinking the number in my head and just going like this. And then he'll be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he's like, oh, I feel smarter. Before, when it was brand new, I would just do that. And then he didn't know what 19 meant. So I was like, oh, I'm just doing a 19 on you. And he's like, I feel smarter. And then now after telling him, and then he sees me like this, are you doing a 19 on me? So it works. And it's funny because I'm not telling him what number I'm using, I'm just using it. And yeah. Okay, and then a 20 is what breaks the techie reality. So every time you watch a politician or a newscast, you can do a 20. We can also do a 20 on the election. So let's just think of a person, any person, and let's just do a 19 really quick. And then let's do 20s on the election because that's what's relevant right now. That's what's going on. Okay, so first, person that you want to get more intelligent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. Okay, and then think of a politician, think of your government, or think of the election, and let's just do a couple of 20s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Whew. Okay, so how is everybody?
Lighter.
Lighter?
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So can everybody just acknowledge how much you actually changed? So not only you changing, but also everything around you, and also even beyond that, all the way across the globe. So I'm getting that you guys are kind of fried. So remember, just run your implant band if you want, and then it's just behind the ear. If you can get your bars run, or if you can run someone's bars, do that. And then anytime there's something like too many thoughts in your head, or you feel really tired, or you like there's so much going on, ask who does it belong to, and then return to sender. And one more thing, let's disconnect from everybody that we might have connected with when we were clearing and processing everything. So just disconnect. And that doesn't mean that you don't care for them anymore or anything like that. It just means that you're no longer connecting to their points of views or their energy, and then you get to be more of you. Okay, and anything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine truths, bliss, and beyond. Okay, so any last questions before we go? Okay. Cool. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get some rest, please. Nurture your body if you can. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Miss Annie.
Thank you, Miss
everyone.
Annie.
Okay,
Thank
bye,
you.
Thanks, Annie. Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, bye.